Good day, everyone. My name is Akinla Adewale. I will be taking you on the Chemical Engineering Laboratory 3, which is CHG 435. The topic of this experiment is Marcet Boiler. Marcet Boiler. Marcet Boiler is a gadget that talks about the relationship between temperature and pressure of a saturated steam in equilibrium with water. And this is the gadget. This is the control switch. This is the manometer, which is pressure gauge. This is the boiler. This is the heater. Heater. Yes, this is the heater. Marcet boiler work with the principle of ideal gas law, which tell us that PV equals to nRT. P is the pressure, V is the specific volume, N is the number of moles, R is the gas constant, YT is the temperature of the steam. We start this procedure by knowing the objective of this experiment. Number one objective is to investigate the relationship between the temperature and the pressure of a saturated steam in equilibrium with water, as well as to study the concept of these two parameters when we are studying the saturated steam in equilibrium with water. So let's go to the procedure. Operating procedure of this gadget is that we switch on the gadget. When we switch it on, we now check the level of water in this boiler, or let me say we fill it up and know the level if it is filled up by checking air. When we discover that the water is running off, that means it has reached the level. Then we close it. Then we now on the heater. Immediately we on the heater, we remove the valve, the inlet valve, to allow the escape of steam from this gadget, at least for the first 20 seconds. This is done to avoid the air bubbles in this boiler. After that, we lock the valve and start noticing the increase in temperature. Before then, we will set this temperature gauge to 185 degrees centigrade at 10 bars, which is the maximum pressure this gadget can take. Beyond it, the gadget will blast. So, as we on the heater, we start taking the increase in temperature at 5 degrees centigrade with the corresponding increase in pressure here until this pressure reach 10 bar. At this 10 bar, we off the heater, and immediately we off the heater, we start noticing the falling in pressure gauge. So we can now read the temperature, the corresponding temperature, reduce in temperature at 0.5 falling, decrease in bar in the pressure of this gadget. And we allow the gadget to cool. With this, we can set our tables at the temperatures, the increase in temperature, increase in pressure, and decrease in temperature, decrease in pressure, By this, we can check our slope, which is dp dt at saturated point, and we can now compare our experimental data with the calculated data from the steam table. With that, we can check the enthalpy of our saturated steams and the specific latent heat of vaporization. Through that, when you come for the real experiment, we can determine